PrimeView TV. New media with a difference.
Welcome to the podium. It's your host, Spencer ANIENWELU, and I'm back again with another exciting and interesting discussion today. There's been a whole lot that's happened in Nigeria and across the world, really. I must remind you, please don't forget that we're making waves on Facebook and on YouTube these days and on Instagram. It's on PrimeView Television. Please like our page, share our page, keep following us. I mean, keep your comments coming in. We've always responded, myself. You've watched some of our programs, The Golden Pot of Hope, Stella King Show, and we're having a new program, which is the Kids, PrimeView Kids, we have coming up. So please follow us on all these social media platforms. Today's topic is going to be a merger. It's a slight difference from what I normally do on the podium. I have two wonderful guests today, and we're going to talk about so many issues that's happened over the past, I would say, month in Nigeria. The topics that I'm going to look at today are, first of all, I'm going to look at the issue of the iPod. We're going to talk about iPod. We're going to talk about the xenophobia in South Africa. These are big issues that's happened, across the world. People are looking at it. We're going to touch a little bit about the Brexit, because there's an issue about Brexit happening. And we're also going to look at the elections happening in Kogi State. In Nigeria, there are two elections coming up, one in October and one in November, Bayelsa State and Kogi State, and there's been primaries that's happened. So we're going to look at those as well. And we're going to have, as the issues come up, we dive into them and take them. And, we're going to not spend too much time, but we're going to have a good chat about these. So today on the program, I have two wonderful guests. The first guest, who I'm so happy and delighted to have today, is someone who's an elder, I'll call him. He's a distinguished, honorable reverend. I say reverend, and I have to pause because, he's a man that's been in politics. He's been a philanthropist, which still is a philanthropist, and he's now still in politics, but he's now wanting to make Nigerians learn from his wealth of experience. We have with us today Honorable Uche Nwole. He's a founding member of the People's Democratic Party. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
And next to him, who is a friend to the house, is a man I call my friend, Mr. Ben Samuel. He made waves and shook the social media, really, during the last 2019 elections, even in 2015 elections. That's when I got to know him. He made waves. He had a platform called Never Loooters, it was. And now his page has metamorphosed into a page called Never Looters News. So he's using his platform now to inform people about the ongoing issues in Nigeria and how to, he's a man that's an advocate of good governance, a man who, he called himself the CEO worldwide, So, Mr. Ben Samuel, you're welcome to the
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Space.
Right. Like I said, on today's program, we're going to talk about a few issues, IPOB and all that, but we're going to start with the main issues that's going on. The first issue I'd like us to talk about is, we're going to go and reverse, is the South African xenophobic attacks on Nigerians, and mainly people from the Southeast. Honorable Sir, I'd like you to tell us a little bit about what you think is the reason why people would look upon fellow black people and decide to attack them, and especially people from the Southeast. People from Igbo people are mainly people that populate South Africa. So I don't know what your opinion is in terms of why this should be happening, what our response has been so far. We saw the burnings that happened and all that, and what the response of the Nigerian government has been so far. What's your opinion, please?
Well, thank you very much for having me in the program this evening. I must say that the opportunity for me to actually express myself to the world, for them to know the truth, hear the truth. When you did say that our people, Igbos, the word Igbo language, Igbo, I-G-B-O, means I go before others. I know you've heard about that or know that.
Definitely.
I go before others. That's the meaning of Igbo man. That means that our people, they harness situations. They turn water to wine. They are hard workers. They are the black Hebrews of Israel. Until date, that name Hebrew, that is where Igbo came from. Hebrew. And it gives them the strength, the determination to succeed as a people. They will walk into your place with nothing, but their hard work, their tenacity to succeed, that drive makes them the envy of others. The people you are talking about are people that couldn't settle themselves. South Africans are known for only singing and crying and shouting, until we, as Nigerians, went there to liberate them from the white minority.
The apartheid.
The people that could not sort themselves out on their own, until they sought for aid. We gave them everything they needed, and they were liberated. Today, they are biting the hands that fed them, the people that fought their battle, the people that fought with them. To be quite honest, I can tell you, despite the fact that they claim to be the owners of the land, yes, by right, they are the owners, that's their country. But they can't outdo our people, if not that our people are law-abiding.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't just Igbos, really. I said that.
No, I'm coming to
People
the
from
entire,
Zimbabwe,
not only even Nigeria, exactly, not only,
Yeah.
it is not only Nigerians, other black people from other countries, they attacked everybody.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely absurd. When I saw what was going on in Nigeria, the reactions of our people, first, I wasn't impressed with what the government, the steps they took.
Well, with the administration.
With the administration, yes. What the steps of the administration was very, very poor.
Would you think they were slow or?
They were slow. They were not. They were not acting as people that were truly hot. The life of one citizen means a lot to any advanced nation of the world. And you come and see your people being burned, destroyed, and turned into animals, and you just may closing an embassy and this. That is not enough.
So what would you have expected them to
Let me explain something. The entire South Africa as a country, the money that is coming off Nigeria, that is going into the economy of South Africa, the entire blacks of the Africa as a whole that is staying in South Africa, the money they are taking out of their country, that's like these people.
It's not 10% of it.
It's not it's not up to 10% of what is being taken out of Nigeria. Let me give you an example. The MTN is owned by the current president of South Africa. He's the chairman of MTN.
Is it?
Yes, he is the chairman of MTN.
Wow.
I remember before he came into power, MTN, with their fraudulent practice in Nigeria, they removed nearly $10 billion every month out of Nigeria. With their sharp practices, the government caught up with them, with the NCC.
Well, this current administration.
This current administration, and they were charged for the support and the things they were doing, and they were asked to refund back into the system about 8 trillion.
Did they do so? Have you done it?
They've been paying
gradually.
Okay. I remember Zuma came personally to beg, to prostrate and beg the president, our current president, to tamper justice with mercy. That they should please, because that was their mainstay. If they could reduce the fine and all that.
Yeah, but sorry, sir. I'd like Ben to chip in a little bit. We'll come back to you, sir.
Yes.
Ben, what's your opinion in terms of the xenophobia we saw, the hate, and it's not. This has been going on for the past over nearly 10 years now. The hate being spewed out, this attack on, especially they say that Nigerian men are taking their women, Nigerian men are taking their jobs. What's your opinion?
I think you have to understand the word xenophobia is a two words that is joined together. Xeno, it is foreign. Phobia is fear. So those are the two words. So I think is black on black crime is the people of South Africa has been taught to hate themselves. And you have to understand the origin of the problem that has been displayed in the last couple of days or the last couple of months. So the issue that I have with the attitude that the South African young men and the government displayed there is self-hate.
Yeah.
Because they are not attacking white people. They are not attacking Australian. They are attacking blacks. They are attacking their own people. They are attacking the same people that look like them. Why are they not going to attack the Americans that have businesses there? Why are they not attacking the Australians that have business there? The British that have business there? Why are they not putting fire on them on the street of South Africa? They were doing it to the same black people that helped to liberate them from the suffering of the apartheid regime that they found themselves in for years. So I wouldn't call it homophobic. I call it black on black crimes. It is self-hate. And we need to go the root, we need to go and find out the root of that.
Yeah.
Because when I live in this country, as I keep saying, I don't hate black. I stop and fight for black people. I don't care which country you are coming from, because I see your suffering as my struggle. So when you see what is going on in South Africa, it is shocking. I couldn't explain it. And for a very long time, I couldn't even talk. I can't foresee that this is happening in Africa. The black Americans are looking forward to Africa. They are looking to see that Africa become a country they can be proud of, a continent they can be proud of. Yeah. A continent. That's who we are.
And Honorable.
And I'm very disappointed.
Okay, sorry. Honorable, what I was going to say is we saw the party chairman of the ABC yesterday. Was it today? I think it was today or yesterday. He made a statement, an elaborate statement about what he feels the government should do, the steps they should take in terms of sanctions. He even said that the Nigerian government should go ahead and buy up the shares of NTN, the remaining shares of NTN and some of the other companies, maybe DSTV, so we can own it. I don't know if that's a step you feel is right.
Well, to an extent, if we were able to sanction South Africans, I'm not looking at the people, but those that are in power, and the people I condemn. the citizens that are responsible for these crimes will be myopic in their understanding about life and nature. But the system that is supposed to protect lives and properties and let that happen should pay the price. And how to go about it is through sanctions. And the revelation I gave you here that the chairman of MTN is the current president. If you touch MTN in Nigeria, their conduit pipe is short. So they should hit them through MTN. They should hit them through DSTV. All those things are the major things that the government should know that Nigeria is an important nation, an important partner, that they should protect the citizens.
And the PDP. So I'm going to give that. Well, Ben of Never Loooters. The
No, Never Loooters.
Sorry,
News.
Never Loooters News. Sorry, apologies, right?
Yes.
Never Loooters. That's the current. Never Loooters. Article Loooters is gone. Yeah, and you made sure he was gone.
Article is a history.
Yeah. Okay. So, but Ben, the question I want to ask you now is we're going to move on to Kogi
Is that your word? You just said article is what?
Article is a history.
No, don't worry, sir. We're going to discuss that
with you.
Chief, we're not going to go into that.
Chief, don't worry. Chief, don't worry.
Whether you are talking to a PDP chieftain.
We're not going to go into that.
You cannot be talking
You
to
are-
We're going to have that discussion.
Chief,
later.
sir.
Till date, you
With
haven't been able to
honorable.
answer us in court.
Yes.
Because PDP is the man
Chief, we're going to have
from
that
their
discussion.
party,
Honorable.
from their president
Honorable.
that has no certificate,
This
that
thing
has
is-
no
this thing is-
bearing,
we're gonna have that
has
discussion.
no
We're gonna have that
qualification
discussion
to
later.
run that office. And you are here telling me
President Muhammadu Buhari
has no
Please,
certificate.
please,
Atiku
I said
hands down.
he is not
So
qualified to
neither
hold
we
the office
accept
of
this fact
president.
and move forward, or you guys
I
can
think-
stay
I
where
think,
we are
you know,
moving.
We're going to come to
the
the
constitution is something that must be respected.
So you ask your question.
Distinguished, yeah, we're gonna come to the issue of the elections, yeah, later on towards the end.
Mhm.
But for now, I want us to talk about the current elections going on, which
Okay.
is Kogi State, and that's the state you're from. Kogi State.
I'm from Kogi State.
Yeah, so I'd like you to give us the dynamics. Because Kogi State's quite a complex place. I was thinking that Dino Melaye would have an upper hand based on his, because I've done some research on him. He's done quite a bit for his people. And I know the current governor, people are not, I've checked on him. I was, disappointed. He's an APC governor.
Yeah.
And I was disappointed. He hasn't followed in the footsteps of the president, who's doing a lot of infrastructure for Nigerians. And, at least you can give that to the president. But Yahya, for instance, hasn't done anything. So I'm wondering, what's happening in Kogi? What are the dynamics?
Thank you. I think actually I'm from Kogi State, and that is my beautiful state. I love my state. I'm a Nigerian, but I'm also from a state in Nigeria, and the people of that state are wonderful people, represented by Governor Yaya Bello. We call him GYB. As I told you, I traveled to Kogi State. I went down there to go and see what is going on. I went to meet the people of Kogi State. I spoke with them. I had a conversation. I interact with them. I hear from them directly. Because I'm tired of hearing from internet alone. I'm an internet person. So, but then I decided to travel to Kogi State.
Do your own research yourself. Yeah.
To go and do my own research. And all of the people, they told me that he has not performed to the standard they expected of him.
Okay.
They talk about the salary, they talk about infrastructure, but one thing they did not talk about is security. There's enough security in Kogi State.
So he's done what in terms of security?
A lot. He has done a great job in security. Before Yaya Bello came into Kogi State, kidnapping, killing, armed robbery between Abuja Expressway all the way to Benin and going to East, it always rampant. But when Governor Yaya Bello came in, did you hear that anymore? The security situation in Kogi State was completely done. I gave him a pass on that one. On infrastructure, I have a lot of concern with that. And I spoke to the people that get close to the governor. I expressed my anger. I said, I want people to challenge the governor on the APC primary ticket. I decided, I spoke that, I told everyone that came to listen that I want people that is willing to challenge Yaya Bello. Because that is what the beauty of democracy is. That we can actually do primary. That you can challenge me that what I'm doing is not right. You want to come and get the ticket from me. I waited for reasonable people to come out. that can be able to wrestle that from him. They couldn't.
Okay. So, but my question to you is this here: why they know Menai, according to most of the sources, has brought a lot of. He has attracted a lot of projects.
I think.
So why wasn't he voted by the PDP? Because what happened?
You are talking about PDP. I want to
Yes.
talk about the APC, and I will chip into
Give us the
Dino Mala
dynamics.
issue. Dino Mala
Give us
issue.
the dynamics in Kogi State.
In Kogi State, I want to tell
in
you.
terms of the Igala people,
There's 3 tribes in
Yes.
Kogi State.
Tell us
We have
about it.
Igala, which is more majority. Then we have Ibira people, where I come from, my beautiful Ibira. Thank you guys. So that is my state. That's where I come from. Then we have a Kaba, Yoruba-speaking part of Kogi State. Those are the major 3 tribes that decide Kogi State. We have Kogi Central, then Kogi East, then the Kogi West, where Dino is represented. Kogi Central, where Osheni currently represented, Yakubu Osheni, the central senator of that place. And that is exactly where Yaya Bello came from.
Yeah.
So these 3 dynamic places, all along since the creation of Kogi State, the Kogi East produced the governor.
So what tribe is that?
From Igala,
Igala people.
from Audu to Ibro, then to Wada.
Okay.
Then Audu won again, but unfortunately he passed away, and our governor came in. GYB, Governor Yaya Bello came in. He came from the Central, from Kogi Central, which is a Ibira people. So these are the 3 dynamic people that lead the Kogi State. So where Dino Mala is coming from is Ikaba. Nobody is stopping them from being a governor. But you have to understand the politics that goes on there.
Is it in terms of population, they're minority?
He has less minority, is a minority in terms of population. If the population is deciding the governor going forward of Kogi State, but unfortunately the population doesn't decide the governor of Kogi State. We want prudent people.
So what determines?
Qualities.
Is it quality?
Qualities.
So Yaya Bello, is he quality at the moment?
Yaya Bello have his own flaw.
Okay.
You have to understand, he has his own flaw. But you need to understand that for 16 years, PDP controlled that state.
For 16 years.
For 16 years. And when you visit Kogi State and see why people criticize Yaya Bello is because he's young, he should do better.
Okay.
Because the history of Kogi State in PDP hand has been a disaster.
Yeah.
I am not in any way justifying some of the lapses that happened there. I am the first person that criticizes Yaya Bello when it comes to criticizing him. But also you have to be very objective and be very, very fair when we're talking about the issue of this. Yaya Bello deserves a second time, 100%. And APC party, a party I give my all to, have nominated him to be the flag bearer for the governorship again, and that is who we are rooting for.
Okay, but in terms of the dynamics, because we know the Wada emerged for the People's Democratic Party.
Wada, that is Wada, the younger brother of the former governor.
And what tribe is he from? You know, in terms
He's
of
from Igala.
So what dynamics, and where is Yaya Bello from?
Yaya Bello is from Okene, is from Ibira.
Ibera. So in terms of the population and the people who've had it before and the incumbent, what kind of combination do you think would make it happen for either parties?
It could have been very difficult if for example, if PDP went and picked somebody from Kogi Central.
Okay, which would be from
Yaya Bello's
Ibera.
Yes, if PDP picked somebody from there, it could be a little bit difficult.
For the incumbent, you mean?
But Yaya Bello is going to sweep it.
How's he gonna do it? What do you mean?
Because the history is there. We've had this conversation many times. I have had this conversation in private with you. PDP has not performed for 16 years. You hear the leaders of APC, Tinubu was talking. He said what PDP has done, what APC have done in 4 years, PDP hasn't done it in 16 years. So as much as we want to criticize Governor Yaya Bello, you have to understand APC have performed better than the 16 years of PDP in that state.
I disagree.
And then the baggages of
I disagree.
I understand you disagree, but the baggages of what is going on in Kogi State is not a responsibility of Yaya Bello. Yaya Bello inherited a state that is being unproductive for years. Kogi State, let me tell you, Kogi State have no 10 than civil service, petrol station, Baba. We have a Jakarta Steel Company which nobody look at the moment. Praying that this governor will look at that side and push the federal government to do something about it so that employment and opportunity can come to my people. But the most important thing is there's no way Kogi State will return back to PDP at this very particular time of
Yeah,
time.
distinguish being a PDP man has raised some objections. So we'd like to hear.
Yeah, let me say something to you. You know, his portfolio is in the diaspora, so he's a visitor back home. I come from
You're indigenous, yes. Politician.
So when we talk about politics back home, Tinubu was right that what APC has done in 4 years, PDP did not do in 16 years. In the sense that in 4 years, the impoverishment of Nigerians, for 16 years, PDP couldn't impoverish Nigerians. In 4 years, the destruction they have put, 16 years, PDP did not do so. I don't know if you follow what I'm saying. The destruction of infrastructure, the denials that they have done in 4 years, 20 years, nobody could do it. But in 4 years, they are magic one.
But Chief, can you give me?
So
Chief,
he was right.
No, Chief, I want you to give me one of the legacy of PDP for 16 years.
Excuse me.
Let's hear.
Excuse me. People were discussing, remove Jonathan, kill Jonathan, insecurity in Nigeria, blah, 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 blah. The number of lives that were lost in 16 years in Nigeria during the PDP government, can you compare it with the number of lives that have been lost now? Is it comparable? In any way, in any form, in every standard?
I completely disagree with you, but it's your opinion.
It's not about asking me.
Thank
Thank God you are saying this. We are doing this program here in England. We are safe. You made this statement safe. If you go back, make sure you take Lagbaja's cover. You know Lagbaja wears his face, so that you don't go with this your face to Nigeria to go and say that the insecurity, that you are challenging the insecurity of Nigerians, where people, mothers, daughters, children, people are raped. You don't even know what's going on in Nigeria.
Chief, these are the singing.
It is not about singing.
Chief, these are the singing of PDP.
It's not
and it has been long.
Excuse me, please.
Chief,
I love you.
Chief,
and I always tell you.
I want you to let Chief finish.
Listen,
where Chief is going, the same pattern of
no. Listen to me. Let me say something to you.
Okay, Chief.
It is not just me. It is not just me. There is no Nigerian living. The only people that are not aware are those victims that are dead. But there is no Nigerian that is living today that does not talk about the insecurity in our country.
No, the challenges of security.
No.
The challenge. And every country.
Let me also correct you. You are giving Bello the kudos that is given to the police inspector general of Nigeria that polices the nation. That he stopped armed robbers, not Bello. That the new police command chief, I know he's a Kogi man. You understand me? So if he is performing his duty as a chief security of the inspector general of police, policing the entire country, giving special attention, making sure that his place is in order.
Okay.
So you don't carry what John has done and give him the credit to Peter.
Chief, this is what we're talking about. Chief, hold on, sir. Hold on. Chief,
I'm coming.
Before we go, before
listen, we're talking about Kogi. Listen to me.
Before we go
listen
the same chief.
Audu. Which party did they start with?
PDP.
Audu. The late Audu.
PDP.
Is that with PDP?
No, it started from the other party that went away, whatever they call them. APP, whatever.
Good,
yeah.
because it was. That's why I want to correct you. So when you say PDP has done the number of years, that's why I say you're in the diaspora. Go back to your history and study properly before you come and talk. Audu was was in ANPP.
ANPP, yeah.
You understand? And ANPP controlled the state. It was just few years after that PDP came on the scene. And the little magic that happened, the little magic one that was used there was the one that PDP had left.
Sir.
But as usual, we all give so much credit to the present government. I was almost thrown out of a moving aircraft because of women singing for change. I will never forget. Those of them, I do not know, I cannot remember. If they remember, the airline, there were air hostesses that were serving drinks at the bar in the aircraft, the first class. Then when we started discussing, that was during the time of this change. We were telling them, they were warning and telling them, look, it is not easy, this, that. They said they were going to open the cabin in the air and throw me out like a treasure in the sea. For me to tell them what exactly my predictions. I am praying that those women, any of them will be watching this program, and them take your number of this station and call in. They say they want to reach that one to apologize to me. They said instead of not to have the change,
I like
they will all go naked.
I like to add to what you are saying.
But listen to me. Listen, let me explain something to you. I don't have anything against Mr. President. But I have everything against the party.
The APC.
The APC. Because the president is an individual. Party is not a military setting where one man, as the chief commander, would take decisions and others must fall in line. Party structures, party manifestos are things that are straightened out and people follow when they take oath of office. So as I speak, Mr. President was someone that I ran as a senator in 2000, as a senatorial campaign I did in 2003. When he came to Imo, we rode together. Myself and Barrister Ahamba, that used to be his lawyer back then. The whole outside community, I organized that for him in 2003. So he's someone that I emulate. He's a carbon copy of my late father. Both of them share the same structure, height, complexion, and everything. So each time I see him, it's like looking at my own father. So the love I have for him is so much. But unfortunately, the setting, the thing around him,
just like every other president.
Yes.
You know, most
it has ruined a lot of things. One of the questions that has bothered me so much, one thing about insecurity, is that there are so many things that has been mooted in the past, which I very much doubt. I said it's not possible. I begin to ask myself, how would you catch herdsmen, invade Katsina, rustle cows in Katsina State, the home state of a president, and they are caught by police, and they come under the television and confess that they were receiving arms through helicopter, dropping arms for them, and the police paraded them. They made confessions in the state of Mr. President in Nigeria. I find that very hard to believe.
Chief.
I'm coming, please.
Yeah, because if you are saying things like this,
Yes.
I like to chip in to make sure that you understand that nobody is monopoly of knowledge of political situation in Nigeria. I've also admitted that we have security challenges in Nigeria. I've never denied that. But the way that people have magnified this situation, it is out of proportion, it is out of bias, and most of the statement that is being made on the air and in newspaper, it is completely bogus and unfounded. So I am going to go.
When the Chibok girls were taken, when the Chibok girls were taken, it was a bogus statement.
I am going to go and speak something.
Excuse me.
I am sir, because I want to explain something, Chief. I spoke
Listen
about
to me.
I spoke about Kogi State, sir.
I know. With due respect.
Honorable, sir.
With due respect.
I spoke about
with due
Kogi
respect.
State.
You are. What's the name of this company?
Never
Never Loooters.
Yes,
Never Loooters is based in England.
You know, it's worldwide. It is a worldwide. It is a worldwide viral.
There are two worlds: the world of reality and the world of
fiction.
Social media, which is filled with fiction, stories, and the realities of life. Realities of life are the things
No,
you
but
see.
there's reality there.
I said the realities of
What happened with the South African?
Chief, don't understand.
The
Chief.
social media actually made it a big issue.
Chief, we
Without
make
the
this
social media,
happen.
nothing would
I know.
happen.
I'm not saying that.
We are the one
I
moving.
said there are two lives.
Yes.
The reality and that on the social media. Social media can go left, they can go right.
Yeah.
Anywhere they want to go, any correction they want to take.
I really have
Choice.
something to say.
But
please.
there is one thing about reality. I'm a practicing politician.
Yeah.
I'm somebody that is grounded. I was a founding member of PDP. I've been in the system, I've been in governance. And I know when I talk, I'm not talking as somebody that is in the press. I'm talking as somebody that is, I know the mechanism of government. I know how it works, the structures, how they are laid out. And I know when a failure comes in. You understand me? When someone fails the state, I know what I'm talking about.
Well,
I'm not somebody who posted or kept in a place for coloration sake, to cover, to camouflage, like the Minister of Information. Lie Mohammed, who continues to lie.
But what do you think was failure? Is it because some people say because money is not being shared again, then
It is
they say
not,
there's
no.
failure? But if the money is being shared, then
No.
it's afro. Things are working. Wonderful. We've been talking at length to distinguished Right Honourable Reverend Uche Nwole. I'm so delighted to have you today.
My pleasure.
And we've also had Ben Samuel of Never Loooters News. Yeah. So you out there, I hope you've learned a lot from today's discussion. It's been enlightening. It's been engaging, and we do this program to elucidate, enlighten, teach the younger generation who don't have that sense of history. So that's why we do this program. The podium's here every week between the hours of 7 and 9 on Prime View Television. Please tune into all the platforms, social media platforms. Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. I'll be coming to you next week with another program. Keep watching Prime View Television. See you next week. Bye-bye. Welcome to 280 Degrees African Restaurant and Bar. Our well-trained and polite staff are at the ready to serve your favorite alcoholic beverages and cocktails. We pride ourselves in providing exquisite and authentic Nigerian cuisine in a classy ambient environment. Music is supplied by the finest DJs in London, and security is tight but polite. Our opening times are Sundays to Thursdays, 1 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays, 1 p.m. to 3 a.m. We are centrally located at number 280 Kilburn High Street, London NW6 2BY. For phone bookings and takeaway orders, please call 0207 328 8832. 280 Degrees, where the noble class hang out.
Prime View TV. New media with a difference.